Hi Taurus, this is Victoria from Victoria Violet's Tarot. I hope you're doing well today. This reading is going to be for the 7th of June through the 14th of June. And first shuffling the angel cards. I can't tell you what deck this is because I hardly ever keep the boxes, as I love to just use my cards, and some I've had for 25 years, so I apologize for that. But nonetheless, I'm shuffling right now. The first portion is that they want to give you, I'm not even going to do anything but accept that card that jumped right out for this deck. Next thing I'm going to do is shuffle the main deck. What does Taurus need to know? What does my Taurus need to know for June 7th through the 14th, 2020? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? Spirit, what do you want them to know? Give us those answers. Give Taurus those answers. Shuffle the last portion, the last deck. These are going to be for clarifiers, okay? For my Taurus, April 7th through the 14th. April 7th through the, I keep saying April. Something must have happened in April to you that has still been ongoing, and that means to me that some of this reading will be as if it picked up from April going forward to June 7th through the 14th, okay? That's what it's signifying to me, so that's what we're gonna go with. So if I say anything about April, please know that it's because we gotta go backwards a little bit in time because there's something they want you to know. So let's clarify this for our beautiful Taurians out there. Let's give them their answers with their full description so they know how to handle this week of June 7th through the 14th. All right, my lovelies. All right, well, the first card, again, I don't normally, it just takes too much time, but it is an angel deck, and I'm picking for every single sign that I'm reading for one card, and that is the main theme of the whole reading, but it also helps us understand where we are, what we're doing, what we're supposed to be doing. And there's two different things I want to share. The first one I'm sharing with all the signs because this is what they're telling me to do, and I have found along the way for the last 25 years that when Spirit talks, I listen, because I'm merely a vessel. That's all I am for them. They speak through me, and I say what they are telling me to convey to you. And this has nothing to do with my thoughts or feelings. So, the card they chose for you, there's something going on in your life right now, and it says, Angel of Honesty. When I am honest with myself, I feel the security and the support of my soul in my mind and my heart. The first step is to be honest with yourself, and that means to be free. From the very beginning, in any situation, if you choose clarity and honesty, everybody will feel at ease with the truth and will bring congruence to your feelings and actions. No further clarification is necessary, and all flows with beauty and dynamism. So, okay, we can look at this at two different ways. If you're not being honest with yourself, then this is the time to start being honest with yourself. Honesty has a lot to do with many things. You could be not honest about how much weight you want to lose, or how much weight you've gained, or how much money you make, or how much money you wish you made, or you could be lying to yourself about that you don't wish that you had some better station in life or some better way in life. I'm going to push this just a little bit. It's picking up too much of the light. And I said that very quickly, so you might want to rewind and hear it again. But the other part of being honest is also being honest with people. If someone is speaking their truth or what they feel is their truth, and you're going along with that, you're not being honest. You're doing what they want you to do, because that now is becoming your truth. On the other hand, if you're allowing other people's truths to be your truth, then you're not only not being honest with yourself, you're not being honest with the world. So there's something going on there. Maybe there's been half-truths, maybe there's been lies. But then this angel and all angels are not here to chastise us. They're not here to be like, you're not being honest. That's not the course. That's not the intent of the archangels at all. Their job or their task in life is to simply put us back on the road that we were supposed to be on, and to lovingly tell us and coax us, hey, if you're not being honest with yourself or not being honest with another, now's the time to be honest. And by honest, that doesn't just mean, hey, need to tell you something, I told a lie. That's not what that means. That means that you have to be honest from your heart as well. Your heart, your mind, your mouth, and your spirit have to all match, as well as your body, if it comes to, for example, infidelities, right? And you happen to be married or in a very serious relationship leading up to marriage. So there could be a lot of things, even in business, right? In business, it could be partnerships. And the other thing is that sometimes we need to be honest with God. Are we doing things that we think we're hiding from God, Goddess? Because nothing that's in the darkness is staying in the darkness. Everything comes to light sooner or later. And the other thing is that once we are honest, we need to learn to forgive ourselves, and we need to hope that the person that we lied to or were dishonest towards can find it in their hearts to forgive us as well. So Taurus, you're going through something. There's something there that honesty hasn't been the strongest part of relationships. This could even be when somebody pushes you, like I said, to do things, and instead of saying, that sounds really good, but guess what? I'm not on that path. My path is different. And peer pressure can force us to buy into what the others are saying, because, hey, if 5 people are telling us the same thing, even though we don't want to do that, it soon becomes what we want to do suddenly. I want to take ecstasy. I want to do marijuana. I want to start a business going this route. Yeah, I do want to be single because all these other 4 people are single, or 5 people are single. There could be a lot of different things that are going on, but it has to do with honesty, and honesty is the best policy. And make sure it's your honesty. Make sure they're your words and not somebody putting words in your mouth. Make sure that if there's something you have to own up for or to, it's because you actually did something. But on the other hand, if somebody forgives you, if somebody can forgive you, if somebody tells you they forgive you, then what you need to do is accept that blessing and leave it alone. Walk away from it. It's a closed issue. And just keep going with your life in a positive way. And put the dishonesties behind you. So this is not for every particular um, reading, this has to do with yours. This is the card that came out for you. This is, I'm a very, how should I say, my readings for the last 25 years, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't say things just whatever it is you feel like you want to hear. I will say what they tell me, what my guides tell me, what my archangels, which I call my uncles, instruct me to say. I can't tell you what you want to hear. If it happens that it comes out that way, that's wonderful, because I am here to help. And of course, there's always private readings that are more tailored to your needs. But the general reading right now is that something about honesty is going on with my Taurians, and we need to get that over with, because it can eat you up inside when you have a lie, or when you have a half truth, or when you feel like there's been dishonesty and you hold that in your heart because maybe it doesn't feel good to you that you lied or that you were dishonest. So it's always the best thing to get it out. All right, let's move forward. The next message that this is a overall message for all the signs. This is what they want us to know right now in general. All of our Taurus and all of our other astrological signs, this is what they want you to know. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, like friends that give you bad advice. But no one can walk it for you. So again, what does that mean? That means that if you listen to your friends and they give you bad advice about business and it fails, you can't blame anybody but yourself because you listened to them. It means if you're in a relationship or in a marriage and all your friends are against that marriage and you listen to them and you get a divorce, and then you're miserable because you decide later, hey, I really did love that person. We really did have a good relationship. Nobody can blame your friends, because your friends were only intervening. You have to have a mind of your own, and you have to have the thought of your own and the inner strength of your own to say, no, this is the person I wanted to be with. This is the person I want to be with. And so this is what I'm going for. In other words, you have to have the honesty of whatever it is that's going on in your life to go forward in that and walk in that truth and walk in that situation, because your friends, your co-workers, your enemies, your frenemies, your girlfriends on the side, your whatever, they can't, boyfriends on the side, they can't make these decisions for you, because in the end, ultimately, what's going to happen is when all those people are gone, you have to live with what you decided. You have to live with the choices you made. So it's not up to them. It's not even up to if you're married or you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or fiance. It's not even up to them. It's up to you. But it is up to you to make the right decision, because it's affecting other people when it comes to honesty. So even if it's, let's say, a boss, or it is a business partner, whatever it is, there's some dishonesty going on there. I'm not here to judge. This is a reading. That's all it is. So, with that said, this is the other message that they want to give to you, Taurus, is what you don't like about yourself, or something that you're, what you don't like sharing with the world about yourself. What is that, and what is your truth? That's what they're asking you to ask yourself. What is it that you don't want to share with the world about yourself? What is it, and what is your truth? What do you stand for, Taurus? What do you really stand for? Remember, it's ironic because I pre-shuffled in front of y'all, so I didn't just pick that card out, and it's telling you truth and honesty. What does that mean? They're matching up. What do you want to project to the world outside? Is it that important that people look at you and say, oh my God, here comes this Taurus. Oh, he's all put together. She's all put together. They have money. They have this. They have that. Is that your truth? Is that what you really want the world to look at you as? Or do you want them to know that you're a good person and that you're about these values and you have good morals? And what is it? Find that out. This is the time period. This is what you're being asked to do. This is what you're being asked to do at this time in your life. Is what are you projecting to the world? Is that your truth? Or is that a mask? And how do you get away from projecting that mask and projecting who you really are and being happy about that and with that? What do you want to hide? And then ask yourself, why are you trying to hide it? Why are you trying to hide who you really are from the world? Why? If they don't accept you the way you really are, then they don't deserve you. And that's with friends, that's with family, that's with your significant others. You should be good enough. Why? Because you're you. Why? Because if they love you the way you are. Why? Because if friends are going to accept you, they're going to accept you whether you're like them or you're different. You do not need to be a carbon copy of somebody else in order for them to accept you. You should never want to do that. No sign should ever want to do that. And even in a marriage, you sometimes can have a person that's from the same sign that you're married to, and some of the attributes are the same because you're born under the same sign. Like, let's say a Taurus marries a Taurus. But the Taurus you marry should never want you to be the same as them exactly. And you should never want a Taurus or any other sign that you marry to be exactly like you. Why? Two people that are of the same sign or exactly the same, when they're doing great, when things are going great, then the whole situation, the life, the companionship, the relationship is awesome sauce. But what happens when you don't get along? Then, oh, they're not acting like you want them to act anymore. They're not like you. They're suddenly not acceptable to you because they're not being like you. So no sign should be that way. And for some reason in Taurus right now, this is the sign that the angels are giving to me, that you're expecting somebody to want to be just like you, and that's not possible. Just like your friends or your frenemies or people that are around you at this present time want you to be just a carbon copy, a picture of them, and you're not. Uniqueness is a very good thing. So take that to the bank, whatever that means to you. But always, 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 at this time period, for this week, and it's been happening, it looks like, since April. They want you to go all the way back to April. It's appearing to me, and ask yourself, what changed? Why all of a sudden you feel like you're being dishonest? Why all of a sudden you're not even being honest with yourself? Why all of a sudden you feel like you have to be like the people that you're around in order to be accepted? Why all of a sudden you have to have a mate that matches your every thought, your every move? Those are the things that are coming to the forefront, and those are the things that they want you to know. Those are the things they want you to ask of you yourself. That's the angels. That's God, Goddess. That's not me. I could care, I can't say I can't care less what you think, but I don't have a right to mess with your free will. If God gave you free will, who am I? So I'm just a messenger here. I'm just here to tell you what I see. Okay? But that honesty, if somebody's forgiven you, then heal. It's time to start the healing. Let it go. Because then that means you can't even accept that somebody is okay. That somebody accepted that you said the truth now, and that they've accepted the apology, and they can move on. And now you are riddled with guilt. It doesn't help you, it doesn't help them. It's just damaging the relationship. It's just damaging, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a love relationship or a friendship relationship, is damaging everything. And you're throwing it all away. So that's not a good thing. So you need to forgive yourself. Being honest is good. People forgiving you is good. And if they can't forgive you, like I stated, they didn't love you. Okay. Now on with the actual reading. Tarot, I'm asking for, although I've already shuffled. You want me to shuffle again? Okay. I'm asking for specifics for June the 7th through the 14th for my Taurians. Show them if there's any positive things going on here that they can look forward towards in their life. Show them, show them, show them. As above, so below, so mote it be. Look at that. Having a good time, enjoying either family life or just enjoying life in general. There is something new that's coming. There's something new that's coming. So there is also a choice. A choice about a new life, and accepting the happiness is the way I'm reading it. Accepting the new life, which is the middle card. There's a choice. Like I said, free will. If God gave each and every human free will, I am certainly not anyone to tell someone that they cannot have free will. I'm not going to mess with that, and I never have, and I never will. I'm only here as a guide myself, as a vessel, as a tool, an instrument, if you will, that God uses to give advice to people. So it looks like happy times are coming. They're on their way. And it could even be somebody drinking. It could even be somebody maybe drinking a little bit too much. But it's okay. There's a celebration right there. There's new life coming, a new form of life. That could mean that if your life has been stinky cheese, like I call it, then things are changing for the positive and new things are coming. And they're coming very fast because it's on the first layer. And that's going to be your choice, whether you want to continue on this path or if you don't. Because that union is something good. But again, this is something you have to decide for yourself. Nobody can decide it for you. The number 7 is very prevalent on these two cards with the new life, because 7 and then 21, if you put 7 into 21, it still comes out 3 times as 21. And the letter G is very prevalent here on the choice that has to be made. You will always have enough. I don't know if maybe lately you've got it into your head that you just are unsatisfied, maybe with job, with money, the income, or even with whether you'll have your dreams. The man is wearing a ring that shines. I don't know if you can see the way it shines in the light, and it's winter. So winter, what happens usually in winter? Even the animals have to gather in winter time. Why? Because there's scarcity. But this man is not seeing scarcity. This hunter, I'm going to put it that way. This hunter is not seeing scarcity, Taurus. There's no scarcity. You will be protected. You will have. So I'm not going to buy into that things are going bad, etc., etc., etc. Even in the dead of winter, you're being taken care of. You have. So that's a positive thing. The next card has to do with something that comes full circle. Something that comes into fruition. Could be a wish. It could be a long-term goal. It comes into fruition. Again, remember though, free will. We can self-sabotage. by not accepting the beautiful new life and accepting what's coming, we can self-sabotage. That's our free will. If we decide we don't want it, then God is not going to sit there and say, please, Taurus, you have to accept this because it's good for you. It's going to be something positive for you. It is going to be something miraculous for you. Goddess does not work that way. They bring you your boons, your wishes, and then they sit back when they finally bring it to you. And if you don't want it, then guess what happens? It just gets given to someone else. So that's the way it works. So please be careful with not rejecting beautiful gifts, because something that you've been waiting for is coming full circle. And I say full circle because you can't see on this card, there's a serpent around the tree and it goes all the way around. And look at right on the solar plexus. And Taurus, this last month, it did the same thing for you. I think I saw this card for your reading, and I think I saw that we had nothing but circles. The fire is a circle. The container is a circle. So this card, I believe I remember from last month, from that reading, that they kept telling you something's coming full circle for you in a positive way. That is meaning completion, fullness, entirety. Whatever's meant to be, Taurus, is going to happen for you. This could be a trip. Excuse me. This could be a trip. Let's see what the next card entails. It could be an argument, but arguments can be of different means or different ways. It doesn't have to be a bad argument. It could be an argument on your own behalf of how you present yourself, or presenting yourself in court, or pardon me, of presenting your side of the situation to someone. But mostly it does represent travel. So let's see what the next card has to tell you, Taurus. A way through. So if you have been wanting to travel, if you have been needing to travel, or even a move, a home move, a house move, and this is for the period of June 7th through the 14th, that messages are coming through, and thoughts and patterns of those natures are being thought of at this time. This is what we're talking about. There is going to be a way through. Because Odin, this is Odin. Odin is making a way through. Odin is a god. I don't know if you know Odin as the Norse god. What is Norse? It is a Celtic religion. And in the religion of the Celts, Odin is the god, the supreme god. And he's opened up the sky, and you can see his raven bringing news. Look at the rays. Look at the rays. Look at the rays of the lightning. All of this light, even between the choice of the relationship here, all of that is rays. There's electricity, if you will, about all of this. There's a lot of energy. They're asking you, Taurus, to be strong. They're asking you to be strong. Maybe at times we feel weak. We're human. We're having a human experience. If day to day it's hard, much less when you have to make huge decisions that are life-altering. So give yourself a break. You're having a human experience, but God is giving you a way through. This is going to happen for you. Look at that. The dawn between the dawn and the light. What this card represents is, and again, you see the light and the rays. You're just not seeing that this is happening yet. So when we don't see it right before us, when we don't see it right here, right now, we become depressed. We become indifferent, we don't want it anymore, or we could change our mind, or we could maybe think that others are right about our choices, or maybe we can even start believing off the wall conspiracies of, yes, what was I thinking when I wanted this? Maybe that my friends or relations, my relatives, people at work really are right. Maybe I am crazy that I wanted all of this. Maybe it wasn't meant to be for me. You know what? Whether it's education, that you're in a certain degree plan that nobody agrees with you about, that you're studying, whether you want to be a hairstylist and you used to be a lawyer, whether you're a lawyer and now you want to be a mechanic, whatever it is that you're doing or aspiring to do, this is the right choice. It's the right choice for you. And the reason I'm pointing is because we as human beings, because we don't want to be alone with our thoughts, sometimes it can be overwhelming, or maybe we want to bounce thoughts off of other people. We ask for advice, or we speak about what we're going through, or we speak about certain things to others, and then that right away gives them the, oh, I'm in. So now I can start giving the Taurus advice, my advice. I can start giving the Taurus what I think that they should be doing. I can start telling the Taurus what to do. Wait a minute. As it is, Taurian people are very much their own people. They don't need other people telling them what to do. They have a very strong mind, and they can make up their own mind. So they don't need other people telling them what to do. And it would be wrong to let people tell you what to do. But what can happen is this. If you do need advice from people, make sure that it's wise people. Make sure it's experienced people. Make sure it's people that know what they're talking about, that have had the same types of experiences that you have had, so that they can at least know what they're talking about. Because if they've never experienced what you're going through at that moment, they're only going to give you the advice that pertains to their form of knowledge or their current form of knowledge. And that's not good. Why? Because then there's no way to compare whether what you're doing or wanting to do is right or wrong, or good or bad, or good for you or not right for you. Because the people that you're getting advice from, seeking advice from, or that are just giving you their advice without you even asking for it, unfortunately, don't have the capacity to give you this advice because they've never experienced what you're going through. That's the bottom line. It is hard what you're going through. God got to see that. The money will be there. I'm not exactly sure why they're mentioning money, but the money, the movement, Earth. So this could even be, as I said, you're a Taurus. So Taurus rules Earth. So it's going to be fine. Whatever you're going through is going to be fine. Another card, there's a way through. No matter what, there's a way through. So it just looks like it's stormy, but there's a way through. And then look at the calm. Again, having to do with the moons. So I want to say, Taurus, this is affecting you really badly. All of these eclipses, all of these lunar eclipses, and the way that the planets had aligned themselves, they have really played a trick on your mind. Look how fast things change after that. And why I feel bad for you is that, yeah, it's going to take a couple of months. So if it started in May, this is not going to end for you till June, July, mid-July, like 18th or so. But look how fast things change thereafter. Look, and back to normal. Things are back to normal. Things are back to normal. Okay, clarifiers, because I don't want to make this video too long. You know what? We only have a few more. Oh my God, the great marriage. The great marriage came out. This is a decision about marriage, but this is the great marriage. So happiness, there's your new life fulfilled, where your new life was trying to come. There's your new life fulfilled. There's your new life yet again. How extraordinary is that? Trying to manifest a new life, the manifestation is there. Wow, Taurus. Wow. And you are fruitful in the end. No matter what happens in the past, things can always change. Your fruitfulness is there. So whatever outcome you were looking for is fruitful. This is a card of when the fates come in, that means things were meant to be all along, because that's what the fates mean. You finally get to rest. You finally get to rest. That's a water buffalo. You finally get to rest. You feel spent, but if you stand firm, your fairy wishes come true. See, Odin again lent you his strength, and there you are. No matter what, something that you thought was stagnant forever has a new beginning. So, no. Right now, things may look like this. They may be put on hold temporarily. You don't know what to do with them. But Odin is telling you a new beginning will come out of all of this for you and that person. And it's going to be beautiful. How wonderful is that? Okay, I'm going to bring all these up because now I'm going to do clarifiers really quick. Is there anything else? I've already shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle 3 times again. Is there anything else that you need to tell Taurus about the time frame for all these lunar eclipses and these horrible retrogrades, since they are ruled by Venus, and Venus has been so hard on their body and on their mind and on their life and on their spirits and on their souls? Please give my Taurus hope. Please tell me, what can I tell my Taurians so that they can have hope? They know I don't sugarcoat anything, and I never will. So let's see. Give us the answer. I'm sorry for all the knocking, but that's the knocking to the archangels to give me what I need. Friends are trouble. Your friends are trouble. You need to let those friends go. They're steering you wrong. They're telling you the wrong thing. Your love and affection, your happiness is up in the air. Your true love. This is somebody you really care about. This is you and your thoughts. Thinking about your marriage or your relationship. You feel sadness. You feel sadness over monies and luck. Look at all of that. Because they bring you down. I don't know when it happened, but your friends decided to get all together and start telling you that your marriage or your relationship was all wrong for you, or your business, or whatever it is that you're going through. And they are the ones that are wrong. They're giving you bad advice. They're causing death to the relationship. Causing death to the relationship. They're putting the nails in the coffin for you. And the sad thing is you're letting them. The new beginning. Again, and I didn't even know this deck that I hadn't removed one of the jokers, because for me, the joker represents something that's up in the air. It's the same thing as the tarot. And so 2 things are up in the air. Your beginnings are up in the air. your beginnings, your new beginnings are up in the air. You feel like your monies are being going down the drain. You feel like you're losing money. When you felt like you were gaining money, all of a sudden now you feel like you're losing money. And there's a new beginning in money, but there is still going to be a complication a little bit there with money. It looks like money owed. Money that wasn't yours to begin with. It looks like family. So family could be either a wife or it could be a mother, a sister. There's travel involved. There's money involved. There's happiness involved. There's the marriage again. It looks like there could be an interest in another person. So a female that you're interested in as well. So you haven't really been honest with your wife or your committed person, husband. Looks like you have had a person on the side there that you're dating or seeing or talking to. And remember, honesty. So you are thinking of removing the permanent relationship from your life. You're angry because they want money from you somehow. They expect money from you. You're angry with them. You're thinking it's done, it's over, but there's a lot of love there. There is a lot of love there with this person. Maybe you owed them money. I don't know. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of hope. There is a lot of hope. And there is a trip there. And I'm going to end this reading with one fact. People can look at the same thing. And this I learned in psychology. In psychology, what I learned was that two people can see an accident and the police can get there and take their statements. And they can take their statements, and one person says they were going 100 miles an hour and I saw it all, and it was that person's fault. And you talk to the other person and take their side of the story. They were going 30 miles an hour, they stopped at the stop, and it was the other person that ran the stop and hit them. Why am I giving these two scenarios? Because we can look at a glass. They're all filled, so I don't want to burn myself here. I don't have anything to hold up to you. We can look at a glass or anything, right? A container. And we can look at it when it has only the partial capacity in there of liquid or fluid or whatever. And we can look at that as half full. Oh, it's half full. I still have some. Or we can look at it as half empty. So it doesn't have. It's not full. It's not full. So people have different mindsets, and it's all in the way that we tend to look at things and the way that we are able to discern things. Purple could be my color. Purple could be horrible looking to you. Everybody's different. So that's why I'm giving these examples to say, Taurus, that you're supposed to do what makes you happy. You're not supposed to do what makes other people happy. By that I mean, what if I had married someone, for example, I married a man and my mother didn't like the man because he was from another country or he was from another race. I can't listen to my mother just to please her if in my heart, I love the man, and I get along with the man, and he's an extraordinary man, and he does make me very happy, and we're very content in our marriage, because I would be making the worst mistake of my life, and maybe love would not come again. So why I'm giving these examples is that there's a lot of interference in your life right now, and that's going to be up to you whether you want to allow those people to keep interfering with your life, Taurus, or whether you're going to be strong enough to stop letting people interfere and to stop showing the world what you think they want to see in order to be accepted. You need to find yourself, Taurus, this time frame. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to take your life back. You need to take what you really feel back, and don't let no one tell you that what you're feeling is wrong. Only you know what's right and what's wrong for you. So again, my Taurus, I know you're going to run into a lot of readings that are going to be like, oh, Taurus, this and this and this. No, Taurus, I'm telling you the way things really are. I want y'all to be able to make good decisions by what you hear from me, by what you are being told by me. I don't tell you what to do. I only give you advice. Let me do one thing, because this was a very somber reading. I want Goddess to give me one card that you can pull from that's a positive. Give me one card for Taurus that they can pull from that tells them where their luck, where is their luck? That's a good one. Where is the luck for Taurus right now? Where does Taurus's luck lie right now? All right. In the Empress. So either this is representative for men, that you have the ultimate woman already by your side. She's your soulmate. And she herself not only projects, but reflects back, meaning she attracts wealth. You already have the perfect person in your life. And if this is not for a man, if this is for a woman, Taurian, female Taurian, this is you. You are already perfect the way you are. You don't need people trying to mold you into something you're not. Stand up for yourself. Be your own woman. Be your own man. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And the mate you already have, even if they had a hiccup, even if there was dishonesty towards you, see if you can forgive them. See if you can keep going with that relationship. It's worth it. My Taurians, I love you. And I'm asking all of the signs that I'm reading for and that I'm posting for. Victoria Violet's Tarot is a very, very, very new baby YouTube channel. I want to get to my 1,000 subscribers. Please, 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 if you watch this channel, please do me the favor, the honor, the privilege of having you subscribe and press the like button so that I can grow my channel. I very much appreciate you spending this time with me. Don't mean to be long-winded. I just wanted to give you what I see in your life, some good and some joy and some pleasure and a blessing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this time with me. This is Victoria Violet's Tarot signing off until we see each other again. Bye-bye.